There's been a goal for Andy Stevenson.
Well, I told you about Colin Kazim Richards making a hash of a chance in the first half, but he's just put Wayne Rooney's Derby ahead. There was a nice through ball from Graham Shinney to Yuzviak, the Derby number 7, who got a shot away. It was parried by Seny Dieng, and Kazim Richards, he couldn't miss this one. It's QPR 0, Derby 1.
And let's go back to the FA Cup, to the Amex. Ben Mundy.
Yeah, still level here, Jason, at the Amex. 1-1, Blackpool buoyed by that equaliser on the stroke of half-time. Gary Madine's 8th of the season for the League One side, cancelling out an absolute rocket from Yves Bissouma, 32-yard strike. In this second half, Alexi McAllister's just gone close. A good save by Chris Maxwell in the Blackpool goal, and we've had a lengthy stop for a cut to Adam Webster's head. It's still 1-1.
Yeah, lots of other football action this afternoon. Let's go to League One. The leaders, Hull City, are at Fratton Park. Sahel Sahi.
Where they're still leading Portsmouth by a goal to nil. 55 minutes played in this game here at Fratton Park. The only goal that separates the two sides came in the first half after 23 minutes. It was a free kick that was flighted into the area. Portsmouth tried to clear the ball. It ricocheted back off their central defender, Jack Watmore, and past their goalkeeper. So Hull, the League One leaders, are currently leading Portsmouth by a goal to nil.
Lincoln City chasing down the leaders. Mark Webber.
And they know they need to work in this second half. Lincoln 0, Northampton 0. Lincoln lively in the early part of this period after Northampton unexpectedly matched them in the first half. Tom Hobber beaten to the ball by the Northampton keeper in front of goal. George Grant, free kick inside the D. That was blocked as well. So Lincoln have the motivation, but it's 0-0.
Charlton Athletic have a goal back. We'll get details of that in just a moment. Let's go to the Den in the Cup. Mike Williams.
The visitors 2-0 up here, and Millwall look to be crashing out of the Cup. This one came from a Naki Wells free kick, although in truth I'm pretty sure this will go down as an own goal. Have a look, see what you think. It takes a wicked deflection. Frank Fielding, the Millwall goalkeeper, absolutely rooted to his spot. He did start moving to his right, but could do nothing really once the ball took that deflection off the Millwall wall. Naki Wells celebrated. He'll try and claim it, of course, as all forwards should, but we think that will probably be an own goal. But it does mean that Bristol City have doubled their lead here, and Millwall have a mountain to climb now in the final half an hour.
This is a terrific performance from Dean Holden's side. Bristol City finalists way back in 1909. Terrific strike. Takes a massive deflection as well, but Bristol City have the lead at Millwall. Let's go to the Valley. Katie Shanahan.
Where Charlton are back in this. It's Charlton 1, Swindon 2. It was against the runner players. Swindon have been dominating with brilliant goals in the first half from Hallam Hope and Matty Palmer. But Charlton have got a goal. Liam Miller dinked it over to Chuck Zanike, who was there on the far post to dink it in. The Arsenal Academy graduate scored against Swindon last month and does so again today, as it's Charlton 1, Swindon 2.
And a goal at the Amex. Ben Mundy.
Yeah, the Premier League team Brighton back in front this afternoon. They deserve it for all their possession and their endeavour. The makings of Alexi McAllister. His strike from distance deflected past Chris Maxwell. He adds to the Yves Bissouma strike earlier on this afternoon. Blackpool not out of this by any stretch, but Brighton have their noses in front. It's Brighton 2, Blackpool 1.
Oh, that's a cruel deflection. And there's a goal at the Liberty. Mark Poyser.
And maybe this game isn't all over after all. Forest have been better after the restart, and they've got themselves a goal. Swansea in a bit of a mess at the back. Lolly managed to tee up for Anthony Knockhart to rifle in from about 6 or 7 yards out, and he is fired up. He waved his arms up and down, and they have breached this impressive Swansea defence, and now all of a sudden from Swansea's position of dominance it is game on again at the Liberty. It's Swansea 2, Nottingham Forest 1.
Look at that from Anthony Knockhart. That's passion. So clearly Chris Hughton has said something at half-time, Leon.
Well, he had to. You know, Swansea dominated the game in the first half, scored 2 wonderful goals, but you know, he needed a reaction from his side, and you can see what it just meant there to Anthony Knockhart. You can see the reaction. They're moving forward. It's a terrific bit of skill. I think that would have been a penalty had Knockhart not put the ball into the back of the goal, but it's the reaction he wanted. Now they've got time to get back into the game. Now with the cup ties alive.
Oh, can they force extra time, Jermaine?
Quite possibly. Do you know what? The part I like about that goal the most is the player that passed it to him. I can't remember his name right now. He lay flat on the floor to make sure he didn't get in Anthony Knockhart's way when he did shoot. And listen, that's great reading of the game. But who's to say that they can't get themselves back in the game with an equaliser soon?
Yep, remember, extra time and penalties, of course. It could be dramatic. Big game in League Two as well. Oldham Athletic taking on Newport County. Good game, this. Nesta McGregor.
It's a cracking game of football, Jason, and at the moment it's Oldham 2, Newport 2. And listen, we don't have the benefit of replays, but I'm convinced a few moments ago there was a scramble inside the Newport box. Tom King in goal, deflected a low cross. 2 Oldham players were running onto the rebound, and I am convinced, I wear glasses, but I'm still convinced that one of them pushed one another, and in doing so, ruining both their chances of scoring the goal. It was bizarre. It's all level here, and I'm sure the away side, perhaps the happier, because despite taking the lead, they have been playing with a man down. So far, Oldham 2, Newport 2.
Oh, lots of drama in the FA Cup as well. Norwich City want a penalty at Barnsley. Not going to happen. Let's get the latest from the London Stadium. Will Parry.
Well, it's still West Ham 3, Doncaster Rovers 0, but Donny having the best chance of the game. It came from Matt Smith, the midfielder on loan from Manchester City, and he's just rattled the top of the West Ham crossbar. Didn't look like Fabianski was going to get a hand to it, but he's unlucky and it's gone into the stands. I think Matt Smith about to come off. They're going to make a double change, Doncaster, with St Moyes and Richards about to come on for Darren Moore's side. We've got a player down injured at the moment. But yeah, plain sailing for West Ham. 62 minutes played at the London Stadium. West Ham 3, Doncaster Rovers 0.
Penalty at the Liberty Stadium. Mark Poyser.
And Swansea have got it, and it's a very, very harsh award, and Forest are absolutely fuming. Joe Worrell, the skipper, is adjudged to have brought down Ryan Manning. There is the slightest of touches, but Kevin Friend has pointed to the penalty spot. He's still surrounded by red shirts, but Swansea, having just been pegged back, have now got the chance to restore their 2-goal lead. Matt Grimes, the captain, who scored from 30 yards for the Swans' second goal in the first half, and now has the chance from 12 yards to put Swansea 3-1 ahead and sort of kill off this Nottingham Forest comeback. The protests have died down. They are absolutely livid, and the replay suggests it is the softest of touches, but it is now Matt Grimes against the Forest keeper Jordan Smith to put daylight once again between these two championship rivals. It's going to be Grimes who takes this left-footed, and he sends the goalkeeper the wrong way, and Swansea are back in control. They lead 3-1.
OK, so Swansea City looking good for a place in the 5th round where they could potentially meet Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. What a match that could be as well. Is that a penalty? Joe Worrell is the man in question here. He's been linked with a move to Burnley, of course. What do you think, Leon?
I think there's just enough in it, me. We've just had a discussion about it, me and Jermaine. He's not so sure. But I think that if you dangle a leg, I think if you're getting this tight in the penalty area, there's always the question there. He initially goes for it. I think the touch is minor. I think the touch is probably